What if I told you that what you desire most is already trying to reach you, but something invisible is blocking that encounter? Most people believe that manifestation is simply about thinking positively or wishing more strongly. But Eva Hartley reveals something much deeper. There is a silent difference between those who only wish and those who truly receive. Perhaps you've already tried changing your thoughts, repeating affirmations, or visualizing a better future, and yet you still feel like something isn't quite right. Inspired by the teachings of the book Manifest and Receive today, we will begin a journey through the principles that explain how to align your mind, your energy, and your identity with the reality you wish to live. And as we move forward, something within you will begin to awaken. This is not just another motivational piece of content. Here you will learn the essential principles inspired by the book Manifest and Receive by Eva Hartley. Teachings that show how to transform intention into reality, not theory, no empty promises, but a practical way to align mind, emotion, and action with the life you want to live. Take a deep breath, because from now on, you won't hear how to ask for more from life. You will learn how to become compatible with her. It all starts with something simple, but profoundly ignored by most people. Knowing exactly what you really want. Most people believe they don't express it because they don't want it much. But Eva Hartley explains in Manifest and Receive, the real problem is the lack of clarity. Vague desires create vague results. Because there's something that almost nobody realizes about protesting. When you don't set a destination, your energy is scattered. And dispersed energy never creates a consistent reality. The universe responds to direction, not confusion. Uncertain thoughts send mixed signals to the subconscious. You ask for change while harboring internal doubt. And that small detail is what separates those who try from those who actually receive. This creates delays, not punishment. Clarity is the first act of conscious power. Hartley compares the mind to an internal GPS. Without a clear destination, you keep moving without arriving. Clarity doesn't require knowing how. It only requires firmness in the what and the why. But there's a silent mistake that still holds many people back, and we'll get to it shortly. And this firmness begins to quietly reorganize your reality. Perhaps what's missing in your life isn't effort, but direction. When you make a decision with conviction, something changes inside you. Hesitation loses its power, and action gains direction. And when you do this for the first time, something inside you begins to change immediately. The brain begins to search for compatible opportunities. Your focus creates new mental filters, and what seemed distant begins to become visible. Pause for a few seconds and ask yourself, if my life were to change today, what exactly would I want to be different? Practical tip: write down 3 specific wishes today. Include how they would make you feel living in that reality. Read aloud every day for a week. Notice how your perception begins to change, because clarity doesn't just guide, it magnetizes. Because in the next step, you'll discover something even more crucial than knowing what you want. But there is something that prevents many people from receiving, even when they know what they want. And almost no one realizes it. According to Eva Hartley in Manifest and Receive, many people don't fail because they lack effort. They fail because they don't believe they deserve to receive it. There's a silent program saying, "This isn't for me." And here's the part that almost no one has the courage to admit, and the subconscious acts to maintain that belief as true. The universe merely mirrors this internal state. You can consciously wish for abundance. Perhaps the blockage was never the universe, but the way you see yourself. But if you feel guilt or inadequacy internally, it creates resistance. It's like trying to fill a cracked container. Opportunities come, but they don't last. The problem was never a lack of blessings. Life rarely gives you more than you believe you can handle. Merit is not something earned after suffering. Hartley teaches that it is a natural state of existence. You don't need to prove your worth to exist fully. When you accept this, your energy changes immediately. And there's a clear sign that reveals whether you truly believe you deserve it. Look for this, and you begin to allow what you previously rejected. What I'm about to show you seems simple, but it completely changes the way you receive. People who feel deserving act differently. They accept compliments without discomfort. They recognize opportunities without fear. They raise their standards naturally, and they begin to live in environments compatible with their new identity. Today, accept something without needing to justify yourself, a compliment, help, or an opportunity. Just accept it. Practical tip. Every morning, say slowly, "I am worthy of receiving because I exist." Repeat until you feel emotional truth in the phrase. Train yourself to accept small gifts from life, because learning to receive is learning to expand. Because when mind, emotion, and action align, manifestation ceases to be theory, and that is precisely the next principle. Because wishing isn't enough. There comes a point where thought, emotion, and action must finally walk in the same direction. Many people believe that protesting is simply about thinking positively, but Eva Hartley reveals in manifest and receive something deeper. It's not just what you think, it's what you feel and do repeatedly. When mind, emotion, and action move in different directions, internal conflict arises. And it is in this silent conflict that many dreams stop progressing. Imagine trying to tune into a radio station that's not on the correct frequency. You hear noise, interference, disconnected fragments. This is how a misaligned life works. You desire prosperity, but you feel afraid to act. And the universe responds to coherence, not to isolated desire. Alignment begins when you observe your own contradictions. You say you want change, but you hold on to old habits. You desire confidence, but you harbor thoughts of doubt. Hartley teaches that manifestation occurs when identity and behavior meet. And this encounter creates a silent force that is impossible to ignore. Here's something that almost nobody notices. You don't need to change everything at once. Just align one small behavior each day. A conscious decision already alters your energy direction, and small, repeated consistencies create entirely new destinies. Ask yourself today, do my actions confirm my vision? If the answer is no, adjust only one step. The manifestation begins when you act like someone who believes. Because the universe amplifies what you demonstrate to be real. And in the next principle, you will discover what is really blocking this alignment. And this is where we find the real blockage. Not in the outside world, but in the silent stories we carry within ourselves. Eva Hartley explains that many obstacles are not outside of yourself. They live hidden in the stories you repeat internally. Beliefs formed in childhood continue to guide adult decisions, and the most dangerous thing is that they seem like absolute truth, but they're just old programs running silently. Perhaps you've learned that money requires suffering, or that love always ends in pain. The subconscious accepts these ideas as rules for survival. Then it creates experiences that confirm those expectations. Not as punishment, but for mental consistency. Manifesting is not just about adding new desires, it's about removing whatever is preventing its arrival. Hartley describes this process as clearing an internal space. You don't create abundance, you allow it to come in. And that difference completely changes the game. Start by observing your automatic thoughts throughout the day. Whenever you encounter a "I can't," stop and question it. Is this belief fact or just familiarity? Awareness transforms reaction into choice, and choice is the beginning of emotional freedom. Practical tip: write down a limiting belief today. Then write the strengthening version next to it. Read both aloud and feel the energetic difference. Your brain learns through conscious repetition. And the next step will reveal how to reprogram that mind deeply. When these barriers begin to fall, something extraordinary happens. Your mind begins to see possibilities that previously seemed impossible. According to Eva Hartley in Manifest and Receive, imagination is not fantasy. It is the laboratory where reality is rehearsed. Your brain responds to the imagined emotion as if it were a real experience. And this alters internal patterns even before external changes occur. It all begins within before it appears on the outside. Visualizing is not just seeing mental images. It's like feeling as if you're already living it. Listen to the sounds of the imagined environment. Feel the thrill of victory happening now. The more senses involved, the stronger the signal sent to the subconscious. Here's the little-known secret. Visualization reduces the fear of the unknown. The brain begins to recognize that reality as familiar, and what once seemed distant begins to appear possible. Possibility generates movement, and movement generates manifestation. Set aside 10 minutes a day for this practice. No distractions, no rush, just presence. Imagine your dream life in vivid detail. Allow yourself to feel gratitude in advance, because emotion is the language that the subconscious understands. And when your mind accepts something as real, your choices begin to change automatically. You start acting differently without realizing it. And this silent change prepares the way for the next level. Because now, we need to talk about energy and vibration. Because every desire has a frequency, and the question few people ask is, are you living in the same energy as what you desire? Eva Hartley teaches at Manifest and Receive. That manifestation does not begin in the physical world. It begins with the emotional state you maintain daily. You don't only attract what you consciously desire, you attract what vibrates consistently within you. And this distinction completely changes the way of life. Many people say they want abundance while living in worry. They crave love while harboring a fear of rejection. The universe responds to the predominant frequency, not to repeated words. Your emotional energy is a continuous signal being transmitted, and reality merely echoes this silent signal. Here is something powerful to observe now. Pay attention to how you feel when you wake up. This initial state usually defines the rest of the day. Small, repeated emotions create great directions in life, and changing your vibration starts with small, conscious choices. Practical tip: before looking at your phone in the morning, take 3 deep breaths. Think of something you are already grateful for today. This simple habit changes your emotional chemistry, and when your chemistry changes, your perception changes along with it. And new perspectives create opportunities that were previously unseen. You don't need to chase a new life. Just sustain a new energy. And in the next principle, you will discover the most powerful accelerator of this energy. Something simple, but ignored by most people. Something capable of changing its state in seconds. And it all begins with a forgotten word: gratitude. And there is a simple, almost invisible practice capable of changing your frequency faster than any complex technique. In Manifest and Receive, Eva Hartley describes gratitude as an energetic gateway. It's not just about education or superficial positivity. It is an emotional state that changes the focus of the mind. You move from a feeling of lack to a perception of presence. And that which receives attention begins to grow. The human mind tends to automatically seek out problems. But gratitude reprograms that internal filter. You start noticing opportunities instead of obstacles. Small joys replace constant tensions. And this change alters its vibration almost instantly. Here's the secret that few people realize. Gratitude doesn't work when it's mechanical. It needs to be felt, even if only for a few seconds. Close your eyes and relive a good moment from the day. Feel it again, don't just remember it. Practical tip for emotional retention. Before going to sleep, ask yourself, what was the best moment of my day? Relive that moment slowly. Your brain will register the day as positive, and you'll wake up with a different kind of energy the next day. What you are grateful for today tends to multiply tomorrow. But there is a common mistake that blocks this process, a silent habit that creates resistance without us realizing it. And that's exactly what we're going to reveal now, because the next step requires learning to let go. But here's the paradox of the demonstration. The more you try to control it, the further away the result seems to get. Eva Hartley explains that excessive attachment sends a signal of lack. The more anxious you feel about the outcome, this further reinforces the idea that he doesn't yet possess it, and the universe responds to the present emotional state. No to future expectations. Imagine planting a seed and digging it up every day. You don't accelerate growth, you hinder it. The same happens with desires observed with constant anxiety. Excessive control creates energy resistance, and resistance slows down demonstrations. Letting go doesn't mean giving up on your dream. It means trusting that the process has already begun. You continue to act, but without despair. Act with faith, not with emotional urgency, and that difference completely changes its vibration. Practical tip: when you feel anxious, mentally say, "I've done my part, now I'll let life do its part." Breathe slowly for 10 seconds. Watch your body relax. This relaxation creates space for the natural flow. Anxiety asks when. Faith answers, it's already happening. And when you learn to trust, something unexpected happens. An inner desire to act arises naturally, not because of pressure, but because of inspiration. And that's when the protests gain real momentum. And then comes the moment when the universe responds, not to your desire, but to your movement. Many people believe that demonstrating means waiting. But Eva Hartley explains, in Manifest and Receive, a true demonstration involves movement. The universe opens paths, but you have to walk them. Energy creates opportunities, but action makes them real. And this is where many dreams get stuck. There is a profound difference between forced action and inspired action. Forced action stems from fear and haste. Inspired action is born from clarity and quiet intuition. It emerges as a gentle impulse saying, "Do it now." And it almost always seems small at first. Pay attention to ideas that come up repeatedly. That message you're thinking of sending. That habit you feel like starting. These signs are not random. These are responses to the alignment you've built internally. Practical tip: ask yourself every day, what small step can I take today? Don't look for big, immediate changes. Momentum is born from simple movements, and small, accumulated steps can change entire destinies. Faith is not about sitting and waiting. It's about walking even without seeing the whole path. And when you start acting like that, something changes in the way things happen. Because the next principle reveals why some answers take time. And that might be exactly what protects you, because not everything happens on your timeline, but everything happens at the right time for those who remain aligned. Eva Hartley teaches that the universe doesn't work at the speed of human anxiety. He works on precision alignment, just as a seed needs invisible time underground. Their manifestations also involve silent preparation. And the invisible almost always comes before the visible. Impatience creates internal tension, and tension communicates energetic doubt. When you constantly ask yourself, why hasn't it happened yet? It reinforces the feeling of absence, but confidence completely changes that frequency. Perhaps the delay is not a denial. Perhaps it's an adjustment. Perhaps you are being prepared to uphold what you asked for, because receiving something before it's ready can also be detrimental. And universal time always favors true growth. Practical tip: remember a time in your life when something took a long time, but then it made perfect sense. Your brain learns confidence through positive memories. Revisit these memories when anxiety arises. This strengthens your emotional faith. The right time is rarely the quickest, but it's always the wisest. And when you accept that, a new stage begins. You just stop asking, and he learns something even more difficult. Learn how to receive. And perhaps the hardest step is not asking, but allowing yourself to receive. According to Eva Hartley in Manifest and Receive, ordering is easy. The real challenge is allowing yourself to receive. Many people block out blessings due to unconscious guilt. They feel they are not enough yet, and they reject opportunities without realizing it. Receiving requires making internal space, just like a radio needs to be tuned in to pick up a signal. You need to accept that you deserve what you asked for, without justifying, without explaining, without downplaying. Internal permission changes everything. Pay attention to how you react to compliments. Do you accept it, or do you immediately devalue yourself? This small behavior reveals their level of receptiveness. Learning to accept small things prepares you for big things. And the universe responds to that openness. Practical tip: today, accept something without resistance. A simple compliment, help, or opportunity. Breathe and just say thank you. This gesture reprograms your subconscious, and it teaches your mind that receiving is safe. The universe does not place abundance in closed hands, and when you finally open up, the final principle emerges. The most powerful of all, the point at which protest ceases to be a practice and it becomes identity. And here we arrive at the principle that transforms everything, the moment you stop waiting for reality and start embodying it. Eva Hartley reveals in Manifest and Receive that the final level of manifestation is identity. It's not about waiting for reality to change first. It's about becoming the person who already lives that experience, to think, feel, and act based on this future version of yourself. And this completely transforms your energy. When you live as if you've already achieved it, doubt is losing ground. Your brain stops looking for external evidence because you're already incorporating the experience internally. And the universe mirrors consistent states. Ask yourself daily, how would a future version of myself make decisions today? Perhaps with more confidence, calm down, more emotional responsibility. Powerful practical tip. Write a page describing a day in your ideal life. Read every morning for 21 days. Feel as if you are already living it. Your brain will begin to adjust behaviors automatically, and external changes will naturally follow. You don't manifest what you desire, you manifest what you become. And now that you understand this, something needs to be said, because this journey doesn't end here. Actually, it starts now. Now you realize, we didn't just go through ideas, you went through a process of transformation. You have just gone through the principles taught by Eva Hartley in Manifest and Receive, not just as ideas, but as a path of inner transformation. If something inside you stirred while you were listening, that wasn't by chance. It means your consciousness is ready to expand, and expansion begins with continuity. This channel exists to follow this journey, to remind you of what the world makes you forget. May your mind create direction, may your energy create movement, and that your identity creates reality. If this content resonated with you, subscribe now, because the next videos will be the next steps in this transformation. And always remember, you are not just someone who dreams, you are someone who creates. See you in the next chapter of your evolution.